All right, so Yaballe is set up and we are ready to list. So we're going to come on over to, actually, let me show you this first. Let me show you the plans. These are their plans. So you're going to need the one that will do 1,000 items plan. So this one says 1,200 eBay listings. So this is the one that would recommend you get. It's $40 a month. So just go ahead and sign up for that. You can list stuff without doing it, but as soon as you go over your 30 free listings, or actually our link, if you used our link, I think it gets you up to 75 or something like that. But once you've listed more items than that have gone over to the price monitoring, it's going to basically lock you out here until you buy a plan. So go ahead and go with the classic plan for $40, or if you're doing more than that, you can, but what really makes sense is going to be the classic plan. And then head on over to the lister. So we're going to go to the bulk lister, and then this is where we are going to enter the ASINs of the items. So if you ordered a list of items, I have a list here of 1,000 items. What you're going to do is just select, now I'll show you how this works here. So the format that it wants is you can either give it a row of ASINs, or you can give it an ASINs and then semicolon and then the title. And you can also do more stuff here, but that doesn't really matter because we already set up all those settings. So some people who order from us want to do it all manually, and they want to like go to the eBay link, click sell similar, enter all this information for every single listing, and that takes forever and is totally not worth it and not what you should be doing. So all we need is the Amazon ASIN, semicolon, and then the title here. So you could list them with just the ASIN, but then it's going to use whatever the Amazon title for it is. And in order to get sales, a lot of these titles have been optimized to, just make sure that you're at the top and are going to be showing up for what people are searching for. So you want to use this title that we have here, not whatever the Amazon title is. So what you're going to do is you're just going to copy like this, and then just go all the way down to the bottom until we have 1,000. All right, and we're just going to hit copy, Control-C, minimize, and then paste. Notice that it showed up a little bit funny here. So what we're going to do, if you have this kind of issue, is just get rid of this, and I'll show you how we can resolve this. So if that happens and you end up getting those weird spaces, what you can do is just come over here and type in, we're going to do a formula really quick that will fix everything and mush it all together for us. We're going to do equals concatenate, and that just means smush everything together. We're going to do cell C, 1,000, comma, D, 1,000, comma, E, 1,000. And so you can see what that did. I could have clicked, but I just typed it, E1000. If you're not super familiar with Excel, it's just referencing the cell. So basically this is saying mash the contents of this cell, and this cell all together. So we'll click outside and you'll see it's done it, no spaces, nothing weird. So if I drag this up one, you can see it just changed it to 999, so we're just going to hold that and just drag it all the way up to the top. Bam, there we go. So we got all the information right there. So let's just copy that and paste, and there we go. Now everything's showing up correctly. So I just want to show you a couple more settings here. If you'd like to, you can prevent listing out of stock items. I usually don't worry about this because a lot of the time an item will go out of stock just because, it was just ordered and then in a day or two it comes back. And since we're listing these for a month and then they'll relist automatically after that month goes by, I let it list out of stock items because most of them aren't out of stock, and maybe you'll get 100 that are, but they're going to come, all the items are going to go in and out of stock over the month. So I don't worry about that. Don't check this button because it will put your account in trouble. You don't want Vero items coming through, and remember we set the filtering to just the brand, so that's fine. If you check this box, then that would allow bad brands and bad items that could get you in trouble to get listed. So we don't want to check that. Leave that off. So the final thing that we want to check on here before we hit list items, before we hit that, what we want to do is come here and just confirm. Sometimes when you do the whole eBay setup process, eBay will freak out and they'll be like, oh no, you just set up all this stuff. It'll say your account has been suspended, blah, 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 because we couldn't, it doesn't matter. It's just a scary message. You go to sign in, they go, your account's been suspended because we're concerned and stuff. And all you have to do is you just call up eBay. You say, hey, I just went and I made a new account and I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it says that I'm suspended, and I'm trying to sell on eBay, and can we get that fixed? And, they'll ask you a couple questions, and, you just answer their questions, and then they'll verify your account. It's nothing too difficult. But yes, so before we go ahead and list all of these, we want to just confirm that we have a store. And if you did get suspended like that, they often unsubscribe you automatically from the store. And remember, if you listed this without having a store to use these credits, it's going to cost 30 cents for every single item. So it'd be $300 to list this many items. That's insane. So you want to make sure you have your store. And if they did knock it off, just make sure this says, you've got used 0, left 1,000. Because if you do this without that, you're going to get yourself a whole lot of eBay fees. So I see right here that I've got 1,000 listings available, and I'm going to come here, and we got our 1,000 items pasted in there, and we're just going to go ahead and click List Items. There we go. So everything's been sent over, and those items are being listed very quickly to our eBay store. So check this out. I'm going to refresh. It says use 0, left 1,000. And also you can see our limits here. So I'm going to refresh this. And notice, oh, it's listed 1. We'll refresh it again. Use 3. Used 4. So anyway, it's just going through. Usually takes, half an hour, something like that. But it just starts chugging through, listing them. And let's look at these listings. So actually, they sometimes eBay can take a little bit of time to show up. But let's peek and see. Okay, great. So it is starting to show us our listings here. This is the one for the dog bed. I forgot to end it before, so I'll just end that. If you watched the first tutorial, I forgot to end that listing. So there we go. Great, so this is just chugging through and listing them, and notice it set the Amazon ASIN as the SKU, and that's really important. So the way that ASIN works is that you can go to amazon.com/dp/ and then paste whatever the ASIN is, and that will be the correct purchase link for the item. Those links don't change. This is just the unique identifier for that item. So that has to do with how RBShip is able to figure out what items to sell. But if you change this to something else, RBShip won't know how to order it when we get onto that section of the tutorial. So anyway, let's just come back here and watch this chugging along. You see it's done 14, and yeah, so this is great. Now that all of these items are going through, we just have to wait until it's finished. I don't think you really want me to just sit here and keep talking while we're waiting for that. It's going to take a long time, so we're just going to let those chug through, and when they're done, everything will be listed. And then we will be ready to set up auto ordering through RBShip. Now, I'm just going to say one more time, if you did not yet subscribe to the plan here, it's just going to lock you out and then make you pay for it. So if you haven't done that while this is working, you might as well. You just come over to payments and then go with the plan that does 1,000 listings. This one does 1,200, so that'll be enough, but this would not be. So go ahead and just sign up, click sign up, and then pay $40, and then that'll be good, and it'll monitor for the month.
Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. If you're new to dropshipping and you're trying to figure out how to get started, I've got a full free set of training videos down there, link in the description. It goes over everything you need to know about how to get started making money online. And the average person following my method makes around $500 to $800 profit per month after expenses for each 1,000-item eBay store that they have set up and running. They're really not that hard to get started. If you've got any questions about anything dropshipping related, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link down there, as well as a link to a group that I started with hundreds of other dropshippers that you can join. I post new content on this channel every couple days, so go ahead and subscribe and click the notifications, and I'll see you back here with another video in a couple days.